Welcome to day 6 of breathing exercises. So, today we're going to experiment with just a simple breath counting technique as a way to gently focus our mind and to slowly but steadily start to deepen the breath. So, go ahead and find a comfortable seat. And if sitting isn't feeling good to you today, you can always stand. Or if you can stay awake, you can also lie down. Wherever you're sitting, lengthen your spine and then soften the muscles around the spine just a little so you can be alert but relaxed. Take a moment just to check in with your breath right now, noticing if you're breathing with the nose or mouth or a combination. Noticing if your breath feels shallow or deep. And noticing if your breath feels smooth or choppy. If there's little starts and stops, or if it feels smooth throughout. Just noticing. And if your breath is somewhat or completely coming in through the mouth, let's shift that to nasal breathing if that's accessible to you, knowing that you can always return to breathing in or out of the mouth if that is what you need to do. So taking breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Now, because everybody's going to be at a different pace, I'm going to guide you through this practice so that you can do it on your own. So, on your next breath in, I want you to simply count in your own mind the length of the breath in. So, counting in your own mind 1, 2, 3, or wherever you're at. Do the same with the exhale. And do that for the next couple of cycles just to kind of see where you're at with your breath, counting the length of the inhale and the length of the exhale. Now, if your breath is even on both the inhale and exhale, meaning they're the same length, continue with that style of breath. If you found that one is longer than the other, see if you can even out your breath so that your inhale and exhale are even. So, whichever one was longer, see if you can match the other part of the breath to be as long as that. For example, if your inhale was 4 counts and your exhale was 5, see if you can have a 5 count inhale and a 5 count exhale. So experiment with that over the next few cycles of breath, gently evening out your breath. Continuing to even out the breath, equal breath in, equal breath out. Creating this sense of balance between the inhale and the exhale. Now, I want you to extend each part of the breath by a count or maybe 2 if that feels okay. So, if you were at a 5 count breath, see if you can breathe in for 6 and out for 6. Experimenting with that over the next few cycles of breath, just ever so gently lengthening each breath in and each breath out. Now, if you're still working on this, continue at that pace. But if this is feeling okay for you, let's see if we can add on another count. So lengthening it even further. An additional count in and out. And again, if this is something that you're still working on, continue at that pace. But if this is feeling okay at the count you're on, let's try just one more time to extend the breath by a count or two, taking full expansive breaths in and out. Equal length, expansive breath. If at any point this feels like you're straining, just drop the count by one or maybe even two so that you feel relaxed as you're taking these deep breaths. So now let your breath return to its natural rhythm, which can get a little bit tricky when we go from being intentional about our breath to letting it be automatic. Sometimes there can be a little confusion in that transition, and that's totally okay. So I don't want you to worry about that. But just notice, as you did when we started, what's going on when you're just taking natural breath, how you're breathing, if it feels smooth or choppy, shallow or deep. And just see if there's any change from when you started this practice just a few minutes ago. To finish our practice today, let's take a full breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Great work. This even breath is a great simple breath strategy for a whole variety of ways. As you can see, there's a lot of options. You can just focus on evening out the breath. You can lengthen it. And one of the things I love about it is just that gentle count gives your brain something to focus on. This can be really helpful if you're in a meditation or in life finding yourself kind of overwhelmed with thoughts, which is totally normal. This is a simple breath strategy that you can implement maybe for a few cycles or maybe for a longer seated session like we did today to help refocus the mind and soothe your nervous system. I'm so glad you were here today, and I look forward to having you on day 7.